Bobcats and Heat, the two-time defending champions, opening up at home against the Bobcats, and Al Jefferson has been a beast, 22 and 11. It's what he's averaged.
Great signing by the Bob. He's been amazing.
Oh. Yeah, what he has is the ability to post up, and he also has the ability to pick and pop. But, you know, most guys have one or the other, but he was just hurting and laboring all day. Had a plantar fasciitis problem.
Fasciitis. I'm a doctor, trust me.
I hope he can get adequate. He'll be sending a limo for them Miami big guys.
Oh.
Over Birdman.
Barbecue Birdman.
I tell you, him going against them guys, big guys from the Heat, like going hunting at the zoo.
Oh.
There you go with that bad analogy.
What's wrong? That doesn't make any, like, hunting at the zoo.
12-0 run.
I mean, they got no chance.
12-0 run by Miami there, and then
you don't like my analogy,
James, I just think there's a better one. James Jones with the finish there. He was good off the bench for Miami today.
Kemba.
Yeah.
So tough to guard, man.
A 7-point game at the half.
Oh.
And then Kemba and the Bobcats come out. They put a 10-0 run on them early in the third.
Right back at you. D
D-Wade looked pretty good today, Chuck.
He played very well today. He should be. He's been resting all season.
There's LeBron with the LeBron at the end of the quarter.
Nothing you can do about that.
Miami up 7 going to the fourth. Watch this.
Go get some of that.
I didn't know Josh
Birdman down.
Yeah, man.
Birdman down.
I did not know McRoberts had that in his game.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Neither did Birdman.
It was news to Birdman. Chris Bosh, part of an 18-4 Miami run.
One thing about playoff basketball is you have to limit people to one shot. That is the biggest part. There's no room for error.
You know, I actually think that's important, but I think the biggest key is turnovers, Kenny. You have a lot of turnovers. I think it hurts you more than anything else. I mean, you got to control the board. I agree.
You can't give another team 10 to 15 more shots than you.
Oh, I agree with that.
Bobcats got to hope that guy
could be turnovers
is sound as the series goes on. Al Jefferson, who had 18 and 10 with a couple of blocks. LeBron 27, D-Wade 23. We talked about James Jones chipping in those 12 off the bench. It's a 99-88 win for the Heat over the Bobcats, and our post-game report comes from Rachel Nichols.
The foot injury Al Jefferson suffered in tonight's first quarter could have a devastating impact on the Bobcats in this series. Jefferson is vowing to play through what's been diagnosed as a rip in his plantar fascia, but he needed 2 painkiller shots 15 minutes apart just to get through game 1. And while he was 4 for 4 before the injury, he was only 5 of 13 afterward. Jefferson said he knew as soon as it happened, something was very wrong.
So I just told him I heard something pop. And it just was a lot of pain. Just got to suck it up, man. You know, I'll be fine for the remainder of the playoffs.
I think any team loses their best offensive player, they become a different team. Offensively, I don't know if there's another team in the league that's more dependent on one guy than we are on him. That's just face facts.
Obviously, he was slowed a little bit in the second half by his injury. I'm not sure what it was, but you know, for us as a we're going to prepare as he's 100% every game, no matter what, because he's a huge piece to their puzzle.
Now, the Heat had their own issues at the start of Sunday's game. Dwayne Wade, who barely played the final month of the season, said he was completely gassed in the opening minute. LeBron, who hadn't played in a week, said he felt the same. But the Heat rallied, and by the end of the afternoon, they had found their rhythm. The Bobcats must now wait on Jefferson's foot to see if they can find theirs. Bobcats assistant coach Patrick Ewing joked with me that maybe a few years ago he still could have jumped off the bench to pitch in with some of the big man play in Jefferson's place. But now, he said, hell no, I'm too old.
All right, thank you very much, Rachel Nichols. In the course of their Game 1 victory, LeBron James, with his 27 points, passes Larry Bird for the number 8 spot all-time on the scoring charts.
Boy, Shaq, you number 4? That's impressive.
No, that's flamboyant.
So how you be if you could actually make a free throw?
Yeah, further than you.
So. Yeah, just stress it.
Yeah, but your name ain't on that list.
It's on there somewhere.
Yeah, way at the bottom.
Miami makes it 17 straight wins over Charlotte. Compare this Miami team with last year's championship team.
Have the ability to win it all, but not as good. They're not as good. I think overall, last year's team had more explosion in a lot of different areas. I think this year's team is predictable in their offensive sets. Still good enough to win it, but they're not as good as last year's team, I don't think.
How about their road potentially to the conference finals? Assuming you get past Charlotte, then you got Brooklyn or Toronto, and Brooklyn took game 1.
You know, Ernie, I'll be honest with you. I picked Toronto to win that series. I'm not going to jump off the bandwagon yet. You know, everybody thinks because Brooklyn beat them during the regular season.
And then in the playoffs.
Yeah, what?
They beat them yesterday.
No, I'm talking about the Miami Heat.
Oh, Miami, okay.
Pay attention to the question, dummy.
No, I'm just saying, you know what we were talking about. But you know what the argument I'm about to go with you on.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
Me and you don't agree that Brooklyn has a chance against.
They do not against Miami. I would rather. I actually think Toronto got a much better chance.
No way.
Can I make my point?
You're trying. Keep going.
I want to make a bold prediction.
You gonna make a point or prediction?
I want to make a bold prediction.
What is it?
You all over the place.
And okay, no, I actually.
Give the bold prediction.
What is it?
The Toronto Raptors are going to beat the Brooklyn Nets in that series.
No.
Okay. You already said that.
I'm just telling you.
I thought you were going to say
said that before the series.
I think, listen, realistically, I think Toronto got a much better chance of beating Miami than Brooklyn. The same thing, those old geezers in Boston.
So you're buying that Raptors against dinosaurs thing and that they're saying up there.
No, the Raptors got to play better. My man DeRozan did not play very well. Valanciunas, whatever his name is. Valanciunas.
There's a reason why guys don't play well, Chuck.
No, I think they're going to play better. I thought DeRozan, I thought he was nervous. I thought Kyle Lowry was nervous. I think they're going to play better. I do. I think they were very nervous. They played like it. They did not play very well. But listen, I don't mind being wrong. We all take guesses on series. I still think Toronto is going to win that series.
Okay. Ernie, kudos to James Jones for staying ready. It reminds me of what Mike Miller did the both years they won the championships. Didn't play a lot during the regular season, but when his number was called, he hit some big shots. No, he only had a couple points, but you know, he gave him a spark. You know, he did that, you know, last week also. So.
And he wasn't one-dimensional, Shaq. Yeah. He didn't just stand around that three-point line. He head fake, went to the basket. Defensively, he was active, and that is tough because that's the difference between being a professional basketball player and a pro. Being a pro is being ready and staying ready because the window of opportunity is going to open up for you at some point. And a pro is going to deliver like he's never not been out of the mix. A professional, a guy who's in the league, sometimes will miss steps. He's a pro.
Miami.
Like Chuck was very professional, huh?
Yes.
Yep. Hey, Chuck, do me a favor. Whatever you got in that cup, I need to get a sip of that. You all over the place, baby.
I'm asking questions, man.
Miami. You're asking questions, predictions.
Ernie asked me about
predictions.
Ernie, foregone conclusion, they're going to beat Charlotte.
It is.
It's not. No, it's not.
Okay, so you think the Bobcats will beat the Heat?
I didn't think that.
No. Why you say that? You're all over the place.
Don't get on my head.
Hey, listen, I'd have to have something much stronger in this cup than that to think that.
So you get on me.
Top of the morning to you,
Top of the morning to you, Chuck.
Shiver me timbers, Bobby.
Miami takes game 1, 99-88.